If you don't really like your physics or chemistry classes, then this next video is just for you. Today, you'll learn that studying can actually be fun and exciting. Guess what is soft and hard at the same time? The answer? Non-Newtonian fluids. What's that? Well, you're about to find out. Mix 200 grams of potato starch with a full glass of water. The consistency should be similar to cream. But that's only if you're moving your fingers down slowly. If you hit it with your fist, then it instantly solidifies. Let's play a little bit. Slowly move a ball on the plate and watch it sink in the starch swamp. But if you throw the ball with enough force, then it bounces off the surface as if it was a concrete wall. We liked this idea so much that we decided to play a bit with a speaker. Put some food wrap film on one speaker and pour some of that liquid on top. Turn on the music at max volume. Everybody dance now! Look how the fluid changes shape with each frequency. It's just amazing! Do you know how to create a storm in a glass of water? How about a hurricane in a jar? It's actually pretty simple. Fill 3/4 of a half-liter jar with water. Add a teaspoon of vinegar and a teaspoon of liquid soap. Firmly seal the lid. Give it a few good whirls with some circular motions. Watch how a powerful tornado takes shape inside the jar. Now that's a hurricane. And if you prefer the fire element, then the next trick is especially for you. We're going to need some hand sanitizer gel, a couple of cotton discs, and some threads. Wrap the cotton discs with thread until you can make a ball out of them. Evenly apply the gel to the surface of the ball. Light it on fire. The gel contains water and ethanol, which is very flammable. And while the ethanol is burning, the water in the gel will be protecting our hands. This fire is called a cool flame. Who hasn't dreamt of playing with a real fireball? Hadouken! But remember, safety first. Well, if there is a cool flame, then there must be hot ice. Mix some water, some acetone, and some white spirit bleach. Pour the mixture into our ice cube molds, let it freeze. Put the ice cubes on a plate and light them on fire. Yes, burning ice, it's a thing! This trick will definitely impress your friends. How can you put a string through an ice cube? Today, we'll deal without a hot glue gun. Put the string on the ice cube and simply pour some salt on top. That way, we lower the freezing point of water, and that's how we break the ice. The string slowly sinks in. Wait a few seconds, then try to lift up the ice cube. It worked! In this experiment, we'll be testing the surface tension of water. Cover a jar filled with water with a cheesecloth and attach it with an elastic band. Quickly turn the jar upside down. Don't worry, you won't be witnessing the Great Flood. Thanks to the surface tension, the water molecules sealed off the holes in the cheesecloth. What if we add a few more holes? Pierce the cloth with some toothpicks and send them swimming inside the jar. The water is still not rushing though. Can you light a match using a battery? Let's have an experiment. We'll need a couple of short wires. Take off the insulation on one of the wires and wrap it around the match head. Attach the other end of the wire to the battery on the minus side. Connect the second wire to the plus side. Place the match head next to the plus side of the battery. By closing the circuit, we heat up the naked wire. It's enough for the match to catch fire. Speaking of fire, did you know that matches burn longer if you wave them around a bit? It's all because fire needs oxygen to burn. And when you move the match around, it can get more of it. Let's see if it works. The first match already went out, but the other is still burning. How could you make clouds out of soap in a couple of minutes? We'll show you. We'll need a piece of white soap and a microwave. Put the soap in the microwave for 4 minutes. 3, 2, 1, open! We get a cloudy soap. Very interesting. Are you familiar with the principles of static electricity? Time to see them in action. Let's make a paper butterfly to better illustrate the point. Stick some paper tissue wings body, and eyes to a thick piece of paper. How can we make the butterfly flap its wings? Get a balloon and rub a woolen cloth against it. That's how we create a static charge. Move the balloon near the butterfly and the wings magically lift up. Opposite charges attract. We can do the same for a paper flower. Don't forget to show this trick to your physics teacher. Want to know how to tell north from south without a compass? Pour some water into a bowl and place a cork on top. Rub a needle with a magnet and place it on the cork. Let's test our setup with the compass on the phone. No matter how we twist and turn the needle, it always aligns on the north-south line. It'll always show you the direction of the magnetic poles. It works almost like a GPS system. Could you turn water into ice in a single moment? The next experiment will show you how it's done. Fill up a bottle with water and place it in the freezer for about 2 hours. The water must be very cold, but not actually frozen yet. Carefully take out the bottle. Don't shake it. Pour in some food coloring to better visualize the effect. Also, fill a bowl with water and let it completely freeze. Pour out the water from the bottle onto the ice. The water from the bottle instantly freezes right in front of our eyes. A real growing iceberg. Need more beauty in your life? Then enjoy the beauty of our next experiment. Pour some vegetable oil into a transparent container with water. The oil is lighter than the water and stays on top. Carefully put a drop of dissolved food coloring. We get some very cute balls. The balls start popping as they go through the oil, dragging them along. Look at those beautiful droplets! But that's not all. Let's add some salt. Watch how the oil particles rise up from the bottom. Very spectacular! Let's do an experiment and try to make some live paintings. Get a black sheet of paper and mark out some vertical lines in 3mm intervals. Cut out the strips in such a way that we get a grid like this. Put the grid on some special templates and slide it from end to end. Incredible! Bet you can't keep an egg standing vertically. Why is it so unstable? You can still win the bet if you use the Columbus method. He just hit the egg, making the yolk go down to the bottom. The center of mass shifts to the bottom part, which makes the egg more stable. A bit of patience and we've made a whole row of standing eggs. It's important to get a fresh egg and not a boiled one. What will happen if we soak some styrofoam in some dissolvent? Pour some clean dissolvent in a glass and put the piece of styrofoam in. The dissolvent dissolves the styrofoam. Very unexpected. Your fingers aren't made of styrofoam, but it would still be a good idea to wear some gloves. Look how the piece shrank. It has become sticky and viscous. In this bit, we'll show you how to make something to relieve your stress with the help of a printer toner. Get some dry paint, some water, and a firmly sealable container. Pour in some water. Add the toner. Then add some more water. Seal the container. The toner has one very interesting property. It can get magnetized. Let's use that to our advantage. Draw a magnet near the walls of the container and watch how the paint particles whirl and dance inside, following the magnet. Very charming and consuming. Last but not least, let's make a balancing cork. We're going to need 2 wooden chopsticks, some toothpicks, and some putty. And of course, a cork. Insert the toothpick at the bottom of the cork, right in the middle. Add some putty to the bases of the chopsticks to give them more mass. Done! This setup will balance even on your fingertip. Keep the balance. Which experiment did you enjoy the most? The fireball, the burning ice, or maybe the non-Newtonian fluid? Which one will you try and reproduce at home? Leave your answers in the comment section. Subscribe to our channel, hit the like button if you liked this video, and don't forget to press on the bell icon to be the first one to watch our newest releases.